Podcast got you brothers out here tripping, man. Y'all want to keep comparing black women to women of other races as it pertains to their femininity, but you don't want to compare yourself to their men. Their men got governments, they got militaries, they got economies where they provide for their people, in particular for their women.
Man, this man just said a word, didn't he? Well, there's a reason for that. Look, almost 20 years ago, I had an eye injury, right? And they wasn't able to repair my vision. So I had about two surgeries, but the retina is still detached, so I'm blind in one eye. The reason why I bring that up is because when black men come in my comment section, they never say what they disagree with. You know what they tell me about? They tell me about my eye. They remind me that my eye is a cockeyed eye, right? Like I don't know, like I don't live with it every day. Now, technically I'm handicapped, but why do I bring that up? To go with his point. The reason why the black male is not talking about competition with other men is arrested development. The reason why the black males come to my page and they don't disagree with anything, they just roast. You know why? That's arrested development. Because the black male collective is masters at certain things. Roasting, running, games and play. But when it comes to thinking, and when it comes to building, and when it comes to competition, now what kind of competition? Mental competition, right? Mental competition, right? Self-control. To engage in discourse and address points, right? To have meaningful dialogue about getting a win. When it comes to black male development, it's always going to go to, well, they, right? We already know who the they is. They did this to us. They stole our land. They miseducated us. They breeded us. They did these specific things. But one thing you're never going to hear about is the offensive strategy, right? The counterattack to whatever's happened. It seems like anything thrown at the black male, whether that's drugs, whether that's welfare, everything thrown at the black male. He can't do a Neo Matrix move, right? To bypass that, to self-improve. It's always the they. So because no one has any solution for that, we go to roasting and we go to, you know what? Those women over there are better than y'all. Everything the black male in America doesn't like about the black woman can be solved with competition. Because if the women seen the black male collective, not the individuals, the collective as a group competing on a national level, the women wouldn't have no choice but to shit or get off the pot. And that's how it would go. There wouldn't be a negotiation. There wouldn't be back and forth. There wouldn't be podcasts. You wouldn't need Kevin Samuels. You wouldn't need Andrew Tate. The women would come outside and see, dang, these dudes is putting it down. But since that's not the issue, now the podcasts are created to shame the women and compare the women, right, that come from cultures where the men are applying pressure. Every preference the black male has, the woman is associated with men that have a military and a flag and an economy. Whether it's a great economy or not, there's still things baked into that culture. So the black male goes into these areas, right? These foreign areas, passport bros, right? And you're like, wow, these women are this, that, and the third. You're complimenting the men, right? You're complimenting the men. Just say that. Keep it a buck, right? Race is competition, right? You're competing for things. You're competing for resources. But the competition in modern times is sophisticated because it's not about brawn. If it was about brawn and body aesthetics, oh man, the black man would have it. But it ain't about that. It's about mindset. It's about thinking. The black collective are struggling to get concepts like masculinity and femininity right. That's electricity. The black male collective think it's social behavior between men and women. You know what I mean? So this dude is absolutely right. Right? And if it's not shaming the women, then it's roasting. Right? Yeah, you look like, with your looking ass, ha. And at the end of the day, what? Right? At the end of the day, when you look at the national stats of income, who's at the bottom? Who's at the bottom of health? Who's at the bottom of industry and institution? Who's at the bottom of power? After all the jokes are done, after all the games and play is over, what's the score? And that's all that matters. So y'all can roast, y'all can shame the women, y'all can do all that. But at the end of the day, that scoreboard, right? So since the collective is not going to work together, then those black male bright individuals are going to have to do their own thing and build a counterculture, right? Because you ain't going to get no win with this group.